Hey guys, my name is Miska and welcome to Overwatch Central and another What's the Meta. We're gonna be changing up the format of these a little bit, as honestly it's kind of hard to just put every single hero in the game into a tier list, but we'll be giving you a brief description of the meta, a good idea of what has changed in detail, which heroes are kind of in the top in each category, and finally highlight any other heroes that aren't in the top but still doing alright and going up a little bit. All in that order as well, but let's get started. Season 12 has been an interesting one so far. Obviously towards the end of Season 11 we had a pretty big balance patch, one of the biggest ones we've had in a long time, and it really changed a lot. We went completely away from Hanzo and Zarya combo with Grab Dragon of course, and that being so meta, and Hanzo in particular just being in the top the entire time. He was kind of nerfed over time a little bit and slowly started moving towards what now is a very interesting spot to be in, where the DPS role is actually pretty diverse. The support meta is incredibly strong in the way that it's very popular to play support, and even more interestingly, we have like 3 support heroes in the top 5 heroes of the overall most popular ones, at least on PC. A very different situation from the start of Season 11, but let's get into what has changed more recently with our big movers segment. Definitely go check out Omnic Meta, the website where we get all of these stats from, that provide us with them for a lot of our videos. Great website, full article with a full meta report in the description. Let's start with the bad news in a way and have a look at which heroes have gone down in usage. And as you can see right here, it's mainly Zenyatta and Mercy. This one is pretty straightforward. Orisa is in here in bronze, but I don't think it's much to look at. Zenyatta and Mercy have of course gone down because the entire support role as a whole has been balanced out a whole lot, and other support heroes have just kind of grabbed up that usage time and that pick rate as a whole, hence why it's so focused on Mercy and Zenyatta the most, as Zenyatta wasn't changed at all. Definitely is still played. This is not a sign of Zenyatta being bad, but other supports have really had a nice bump. Mercy of course was nerfed in a pretty big way, and I think a lot of you know who exactly has been taking a lot of the Mercy playtime there. Other than that though, there aren't really too many other big changes here. However, falling in popularity since the start of the season are Hanzo with -3% here, and Roadhog with -3% as well. Roadhog might drop even more now that he's just been nerfed kind of out of nowhere. Hanzo was definitely once the most popular damage hero in Overwatch, but has been on a pretty heavy decline recently, just due to nerfs over time, and team comps used to be built around them, but not anymore really. Next, the big movers that have moved up and done very well, and this list is pretty interesting. As you can see, there's a lot of Ana, Deva on here, but also some Moira and Lucio, and the incredible change in Ana in the higher tiers has been very interesting to see. You can definitely notice it when playing in Master tier, like me for example. You can see a lot of Anas just all the time. She's almost the first hero you see picked on your team in, I feel, almost every game. A lot of the time I see Anas. It's been really interesting. 20% gain in Grandmaster there, pretty nuts. This is due to Nano Boost just giving more value of course, and a lot of people just want to play Ana and wanted to play Ana, and now they get to. And some of those are apparently Mercy players because a lot of the playtime and pick rate from Mercy is going into Ana instead. She's looking pretty good on her win rates too, as I showed in a video not too long ago actually. It's been interesting to see Moira go up as well, definitely in some compositions in particular, but gold platinum, like I highlighted in a previous video as well, Moira can still be pretty good, maybe even worth picking over Ana in some cases. Goat's comp has grown a lot in popularity recently as well, so some changes in here are because of that. But yeah, the big movers in terms of who has gained in usage is shown pretty well right here. Not really any other hero I would like to highlight, but that's what's interesting. There's no damage hero that has gained a lot and sort of come out on top in that category, and we'll get there in just a second. As next up, I want to go into the roles a little bit more. There's not too much to say that we haven't looked at, but just highlight some heroes and kind of tell you what the situation is like in each role. Starting with DPS, which is probably the most diverse hero category right now, surprisingly enough, and on top of that, probably the most diverse it's ever been, in terms of there not really being any DPS that sticks out here more than the others. At least not too much. You can see Junkrat peaking a little bit in the lower tiers, mostly because of the very high efficiency and pressure you can get by just holding the shoot button. But other than that, not too much to say here. I've been kind of surprised with this, as I was just waiting for the next meta to have one DPS kind of come out on top. Someone that would maybe be good to nano boost, have that person be nano boosted a lot more, and then play around that a lot more than before. As you can see in the higher tiers though, Genji is actually doing pretty well. So I guess that's the nano boost target in most higher tiers, and people start playing with Genji more because of Ana. But yeah, overall, no one really coming out on top here. Next, tanks, and this one is pretty straightforward. As you can see, Reinhardt is ridiculously popular compared to any other main tank. Winston and Orisa are just not doing too good. Winston a little bit better in the higher tiers, and this is mostly because some people still really like playing a type of dive comp there, run a Winston, Deva, Genji, and you can run an Ana with that very well too. Pretty fun, I like that too, but still nowhere near how consistently good and how much Reinhardt is played throughout all of the skill tiers here, at least on PC. But this kind of goes on console too, actually. Deva, definitely the most popular main tank again. Zarya sort of contending for some of the higher tiers there, even having slightly higher pick rate in Diamond, but overall, a pretty straightforward graph here. Not too difficult to know what's going on by just looking at it very quickly. And last but not least, supports. We already had a look at this not too long ago, and it really hasn't changed too much, so I'm not gonna spend much time here. Ana with this ridiculous spike upwards as you go up in the skill tiers here, at least on PC. Obviously this is actually pretty different on console. Ana is not nearly as popular, still popular but not as popular for sure. Brigitte doing well in that sort of, you know, one area that she's good in and being pretty consistent there. Her win rate is actually pretty high, so a little bit of a side mention there. Mercy going down as you go up in skill rating here, and yeah, pretty similar to Moira. However, Moira definitely still sticks out in gold and platinum, at least compared to how the hero was doing there before. Zenyatta has indeed gone down, as you can see. He used to have a pretty crazy spike as well. Still worth playing a bit here and there, but the support meta as a whole is pretty healthy. Maybe it's just a bit of a crazy influx of Ana because she's been so out of the meta for so long, and now everyone's getting back to play her. But that is basically it for the meta report. Please leave a like if you enjoyed this, and don't forget to check out Omnic Meta in the description, the website we got all these stats from. Thank you very much for watching. Do subscribe and click the bell for more Overwatch content. And that's all for now. Thanks again for watching. Until next time, take care, and we'll see you then.